For joining you guys for the cast. My name is Mott. With me tonight is What Is Hip Greg. How the heck are you?
Doing pretty well, and sorry for the delay, but Excalibur has some connection issues. His internet drops, so Navi US have replaced him with another stand-in.
5 seconds remaining.
Who is more known as Toronto, I believe. I'm not sure. There were some rumblings about him being Boba pre-game by IX Mike, but that's just Mike being Mike, I think. He's not actually Boba. We are well under the way in the draft. Something we will not see as of yet is a really hard farmer like we saw in the past 2 games. That might change with these last couple of picks, but for right now, it's a lot of early game pressure coming out from both squads. The Wraith King, Centaur, Skywrath for Navi US, and on the other side, Tidehunter Death Prophet for Sneaky Nyx Assassins as well.
So Ush gets his hands on one of his trademark heroes in the Death Prophet. So we'll see how he can go to work here, and he's very, very good on this hero usually. So looking forward to seeing the performance out of him. But Navi US do have the Skywrath Centaur to start it off. Yeah,
they really do, and this is something that they can run really well. Again, Korok, a great Centaur Warrunner player. Skywrath Mage, this is Yannis' hero, Fogged. One of the top Skywrath Mage players in current Dota, and I think he might be the highest in terms of pick rate. Knoxville actually posted a stat about that in Skype 2 games ago, I believe, and might have to go back and look at that.
He was tied for the most games in 6.82.
So is he now leading, I'm assuming?
Now I would assume he is indeed leading, yes. Your
math
is correct.
Excellent, good. I'm glad we got that squared away. We did the math, guys. Don't even worry about it.
Jesus.
All right, well.
And checking out the bans here, Panda and Razor banned out, both at TC. Then they ban out the Mirana and Viper. Mirana was quite effective in that one game, and then Viper is just kind of annoying for them to deal with if they want to go down something like that PA road once again. They dealt with it last game, but it is extremely annoying just to get kited over and over again, especially with a Death Prophet 2, Viper can be very, very annoying. Obviously, the slow while you're sitting in Exorcism is not really where you want to be at. On the other side, Faceless Void. Interesting, he's still like right at the top. I think, the North American scene might overvalue him a bit, but still certainly a good hero in the right composition. Terrorblade, Visage, and Lich all going to be banned out here. The Enigma's still in the pool if someone would like to go for that. And now with the exit of the Lich, one answer at least to the BKB Black Hole is going.
Yeah, and they get right down to it with 1 second left to reserve time, and they pick up a Templar Assassin, which is a Korok hero. That's Korok in a nutshell. Back when TA was really solid, especially at TI3 and before
thank you, base
TI3.
Korok.
Yeah, thank you, base Korok, indeed. There was that nice little sign for any of you.
Big banner.
Yeah, if any of you were at TI3, you saw this giant banner that was held up over the Liquid booth, or below it, rather, and it was a Templar Assassin photo of Korok, but it was just like, it was TA, but Korok's face superimposed on TA, and it said thank you, base Korok.
It's definitely a Korok hero. Whenever we see him playing, these manly middles, it usually works out pretty well for him. He likes to put out a lot of damage. He likes to play aggressive. He likes to get kills, and we'll see how he does it this game. As Navi US still moving around here with their sort of laning positions, but I think Nestle normally is an off-lane player, so most likely he'll be picking up that Centaur Warrunner. I think at least he has been the off-laner when I've seen him with Navi US.
No, you're right, I think. And that's fine.
I remember he played Elder Titan quite a bit.
Yeah, he did. A couple of games, I believe. And it kind of worked out in his favor a couple of those games. But, I like the draft coming out from Navi US. They have early game presence. TA can transition mid to late game. Sneaky Nyx Assassins pick up a Sand King, which I think is decidedly Whitebeard. He plays that most often instead of Fluff. And they're getting really close to getting rid of all of this reserve time. Bane is going to get picked up. That'll maybe be Fluff's hero, I imagine. And 2 interesting supports. We don't see them often together, but I think this works. The Fiend's Grip is going to be really nice to lock down TA. Nightmare to take her out of the fight. And I think that with the Fiend's Grip and Death Prophet Ultimate, you're just going to get absolutely obliterated. So, good combo of supports coming through. Although, I don't know. Navi US, I think, have the stronger draft in general, at least in my opinion. So.
Yeah, it looks like SNA are pretty in on this Death Prophet Tidehunter combo, which we've seen quite a bit. It's sort of the damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you try to jump on the Death Prophet, you get ravaged. If you don't, you all die to Exorcism. Your buildings get killed. So, Naga actually the last ban here. I think that that's kind of a weird ban.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't really see how that could fit into this lineup, to be honest. Even as a
5
support,
seconds
I don't think it
remaining.
would fit. And Osh already has his hero on Death Prophet, so
It could work, I think. Send DP
Navi
safe lane, or
US's
even the Nox
turn
safe lane,
to
that's
pick.
fine.
I guess, yeah.
It's
I
just they're
guess.
afraid of Ush playing that hero again. That's really what
Yeah,
it comes down to.
alright. You've convinced me.
It didn't take
easy to
much,
sway.
apparently.
Yeah, I'm easy to sway.
Navi US with their last pick, they have 1 second reserve time. Seeking Assassins do as well. Now, keep in mind there's going to be at least this game and another game coming out. Oh, the Ursa.
Radiant team pick.
Ooh, yeah, that's the Korok here that we're really looking for, honestly.
So is Quark gonna play Ursa or Templar Assassin?
I think Ursa and TA is played by Snaking, and then Nestle plays Centaur, and then you have your supports playing, the supports. So, I mean, I guess you could have Snaking playing Ursa, but I think Snaking plays Templar Assassin a bit more. I don't know. Honestly, you could have either.
I
of
have
those
no
heroes.
idea, to be honest.
Either of those players play those
This is
heroes.
10
uncharted
seconds
territory for me, and
remaining.
Ursa is uncharted territory for 6.82, first Ursa pick
5 seconds
in
remaining.
this current patch. And Ursa never really gets changed. He's pretty much always the same. And all right, well, you were right. That Naga ban was definitely warranted, as now they pick up a Spectre.
So Ush is going to be playing it. Another hero that I haven't really seen him play, but this could work out. Honestly, this might be it for Seeking Assassins. This might be the lineup they're looking for. Plenty
I
of
feel
team
like we've
fight.
seen Death Prophet with Spectre paired up a lot.
Yeah, it's actually kind of gross.
I mean,
Just
you have
Haunt in,
good pushing
Exorcism.
early,
Yeah.
and then late game Exorcism plus Haunt is
Great
pretty
stuff.
bad. Although the supports are all pretty tanky. Well, all the heroes are pretty tanky for Navi US, minus, of course, Fogged.
He's gonna
Pretty
die.
fragile.
He
But
might just die a lot.
if this is a Radiance Spectre, then TA actually becomes pretty fragile.
I usually.
Alright.
God!
Okay.
Here we go. Navi US. They're pulling out their bag of tricks right now.
Prepare for
The
battle.
casual
GLHF.
GLHF. I think he should have just let that go. They might now try to head over to Roshi. I don't think they should have said anything.
He did it last game too, though.
Did he? Okay, well, IXMike's going top, and they're gonna take this, man. I think they're just gonna take this.
Whitebeard looks like he's maybe sprinting towards it, but the thing is, one support here does not really matter.
Oh my
Fog goes
gosh,
out.
this is gonna be so tough for them to do. I mean, I hope they have a couple of salves here. Korok has 2. Snaking has Meld Strike, by the
that's
way.
fine.
They do have the Fury Swipes as well, which is what you need desperately. Snaking, you really need to not die here.
I'm interested that he went for the Meld Strike, because the minus armor doesn't actually seem too relevant in the face of Fury Swipes. I think
You'd rather
Fraction
have
maybe is a bit
Fraction
better?
just so you can tank maybe and do a bit more damage.
I don't know.
Well, we're gonna find out if they can take it. They're getting away with it.
Like, this is theirs now. When Roche gets this low and you have an Ursa,
This might be a really tough start for Nyx
Roshan
Assassins.
has
They will
fallen
grab the
to
level
the
1 Roche, and
dark
Snaking does pick up the Aegis. Korok, come on, dude. Oh my god. Fluff. Jesus. What a start to the game. This game, though. We're about to get underway, and the level 2 advantage is real, boys. They have it now on Navi US, and that's going to be a really good start. They get the extra gold, too. I mean, who has the Aegis? I think it was Snaking, right? On the TA. So, yeah. TA mid, like we talked about, and Korok going to head top. So.
It's now a nightmare for TC.
This is going to be
Feel
rough.
bad for him almost.
Refraction and Meld, and Fog comes through as well. I don't know why.
Oh god, they're gonna kill TC. This mid poor
Concussive
TC
shot. Yeah, and then they just.
he's dead.
Ragnarok has level 1 stun. Concussive shot goes.
I don't know.
Wraith Fire Blast is about to fly. Melt Strike. TC is in a heck of a lot of trouble, and he will fall to Snaking, getting first blood. And as bad as it is to lose a level 1 Roshan, losing a kill to Snaking is.
And now TC
Yeah.
is 0 XP, and Snaking's almost level 3.
Yeah, this is a bit rough. And Snaking can take all the harass in the world as long as he just doesn't lose this Aegis, kind of.
I mean, he can
without
even
cause.
he can even stand it up here, and he has the salve, so he can use that to heal up. He's gonna do that, and now this lane is actually honestly like this lane should be easy for him. He has a oh my god, he has a bottle already. All
It's
right,
not that surprising.
This lane is actually just I mean, yeah, this lane is actually just over though.
Although TC's not doing too poorly considering. Again, the first blood is pretty nice, but that was the earliest Roshan kill on all of 6.82. Nice. Well, that's. I mean, I'm not sure how many Roshas have been done, especially
That's the
level
bottom
1.
lane. Actually taking some pressure here, but
Nestle, Toronto, get out of there, buddy. Whitebeard already used his Burrow Strike, however, and he will be able to just eat some trees and get back up. And Fog is rotated down bottom as well. They can even try to go for kills, although it is against a tri lane. They just really want to make sure Ush gets plenty of farm. Again, he's gonna be behind because of the early Roshan, but you know, the question is, can they stop the bleeding here? Can they get some farm for him? Can they transition this into a decent mid game? It's very tough to do so. Oftentimes, people talk about having a level 1 Roshan and just winning the game off the back end of it. I don't know if that's the case this game, but it's certainly a good start for Navi US.
Yeah, it's not like a free win, but it's like the closest thing you get to a free win in Dota, especially when on the other side we have a Spectre who needs a long time to sort of get rolling along here, and Navi US have the Ursa to apply pressure. They have the Templar Assassin who is massively out-leveling most of the field, although TC has caught up quite well. He's now only 1 level behind.
Oh, Whitebeard and Fogged. This is not the best place for you to be, Fogged. Burrow Strike going to come in. There is the double damage rune on Whitebeard, and Fogged is going to try to make his way out of there. Boots are up, ready to go for Whitebeard. No mana to use another Burrow Strike. Here comes Snaking, and there's Ragnarok as well. Whitebeard's going to get caught out, and they get yet another kill. And that's the great rotation from the Wraith King coming through, and they secure the pickup with Fog getting the last hit, although almost dying there. Stays alive, he's fine. And they're going to run back in.
Top lane is handled with Korok on the Ursa and Mike on the Tide. That is a pretty tough matchup, honestly, for the Tide, just because you can't really get near him.
I like what they're doing also from Navi US. They're making sure Whitebeard can't stack the jungle, and they're actually just going to run straight toward the Death Prophet. Fraction, Wraithfire Blast. I don't think they get this kill. They're going to back away. Just a casual Wraithfire Blast walking through the jungle, and that was actually Whitebeard saving his life because he walked through as they were rotating for that gank, so... nice play there. Ush is getting free farm. He's got 15 last hits, but again, you talk about the top lane, and so is Korok, so...
Yeah, man, this is a really great start for Navi US. Although, man, mid lane Snaking maybe not doing as well as you'd expect, he's still doing just fine here, and the early levels on TA are actually just extremely nice, and especially when you go over to the side lanes and gank. I mean, all these supports on the side lanes are like level 2, so they're just gonna get... I mean, Whitebeard's actually level 1. They're gonna get shredded by a TA if he actually decides to leave the lane.
Yeah, if he ever decides to rotate down and get some kills, he certainly can. Whitebeard is desperately trying to find anything to work with, and he can't even stack the jungle. He has this 1 stack here, but I mean, that's it, and that's not going to really come into effect until he gets level 2 Sandstorm. And he really can't get levels because...
He's going to keep pulling through.
Yeah, that's the only way he's going to be able to do so, is just by pulling. Korok setting top, I mean, the thing is, he doesn't have gauges, so he's not as, you know...
He's level 6 already, though.
Yeah, he is. He's got Enrage. He's got Phase. He's also got something else that he just bought. That's actually a wand, I think. No, he's got a bottle coming out for him. And meanwhile, the treads are going to be done, I think, for TA. No, that's just the Gloves of Haze. And
might be Midas.
Yeah, it might be a Midas for Snaking. And I usually that's what you pick up when you have just a casual Gloves of Haze in your inventory. So it looks like it will be a Midas, I think, coming out for Snaking here. Although it'll be later on down the line. Won't be that 5-minute Midas that you're accustomed to.
I have to say, I actually really like Midas on TA, so...
It's a good choice.
One hero that I really like on.
Now, if you go Midas, do you go for Phase? Do you go for Tread still?
Treads usually. I'm a Treads TA player.
Yeah, I like Treads a lot as well, but there's some Phase people out there still. Snaking, again, you talk about he's maybe not winning the lane as much as he would like, but he still is getting plenty of CS here, and TC actually is just having... He has to play very carefully, which is unfortunate for Death Prophet.
I mean, basically, I think the Treads versus Phase is if you get a Blink Dagger, then normally Phase will serve you a bit better. If you're going to be going for something like Chrysalis or something. Oh, he's actually manning up on TC right here. He has a lot of traps set down. There's a million people coming over, and
he has no Aegis.
That's a Snaking overextension.
I don't know what that was about. Well, nice turnaround kill. That's actually a pretty big pickup for them, early on in the game at least. They rotate some heroes over. Meanwhile, Fogged is looking for a gank, but they know that he's there. Ixmike has this ward on the cliff. So they see Fogg's rotation over, and now they just want to take the tier 1 tower in the top lane. And I don't know if you fight into a level 7 Ursa. I don't think that's the best choice. And even, I mean, you've got Ragnarok who's level 4, so he's the highest in terms of supports now. If he gets level 6 early enough, they could just absolutely blow this game wide open and just fight whenever they want to. And Korok has got 900 gold to make, probably get maybe a Morbid Mask. There's going to be the glyph coming through. And Korok's going to get the last hit. Boom, there it is.
Radiant's top tower has
fallen. Continue onwards here. It looks like, I mean, Snaking should be able to recover okay from that death, but now they're even on levels in the mid lane, so that's a little worrisome. He is still farming very well here, and Korok just wants to start killing people soon.
Yeah, but it can't come like, again, there is this ward here, which they just didn't even counter ward, so Korok is just like, well, they can't get the kill. He's going to get an early blink too, I think.
I think there's a... Yeah, I agree. I think that's pretty likely. He's saving up that gold, hasn't bought the mask. I think you're on the blink plan at that point. Drum's gonna be Drum's most likely for TC. Yeah, Snaking is doing a really good job of using these extremely aggressively, and so much so that TC even invests a sentry ward in the mid lane.
Yeah, that's actually nice, and that gives him some gold.
I mean, those are only like 1 gold each, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that. I mean, it's a little bit of extra gold going your way, but
like 3 gold.
They really need to shut down Ush in the bottom lane. That's going to be kind of tough to do now that he has phase boots up. You do see Falk is rotated over, and there's no ward here, so Ush doesn't have any idea that he's down here, at least not yet.
Ush is doing really well, though, in terms of CS. He's at 41.
I mean, this is the real issue, is that they get the level 1 Roshan, that helps them a lot, but Ush is still farming away. He actually goes for the urn, too, so unsurprising. That's the choice that you see a lot of Spectres pick up nowadays, just to survive and throw urn charges, and being involved in ganks also.
I think Nyx Assassins are turning around extremely well. Like, Sand King is level 4. This is a massive stack he's going to get here, and I think
that's actually getting him pretty close to his Blink Dagger.
I mean, this is a huge stack, and with Ush farming so well, they're in fine shape. Although that is a Blink Dagger. Oh, they're going to use an immediate line Ush, so he might be farming well now, but he's definitely going to be going down here. The double edge cleans him up, so
that's a huge pickup. And this is what I wanted to see out of Navi US. If you have this lead, you need to keep pressure on this bottom lane. Don't let them farm away. Don't let them sit in that bottom lane, and even in the jungle get farmed like this that you see Whitebeard getting. Just keep pressure. I mean, yeah, you get the tier 1 tower top, but now you need to rotate elsewhere and get something done with all that money. And it is actually going to be the more advanced for Korok, so not going for the Blink Dagger as anticipated. And Snaking gets his Midas at 8 minutes, despite having a level 1 Roche. It's maybe not best, but that's actually, no, I guess it's better than the average. 9 minutes, 47 seconds. That's pretty good for Snaking then, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's to be expected that he's doing a bit better than average. So it's a good pickup for him, gives him that extra levels, gives him the gold, and lets them scale a little bit better into the mid parts of the game. So Korok actually has a bottle as well.
Stampede, Ravage was used, and Ragnarok getting caught out now, and he will fall, but he's the only casualty of the Ravage there. And that's okay. I mean, it's a support Wraith King. Nestle, who's a core, if he had gotten caught out, that's a bit more gold going the way of Nyx Assassins, and they have to waste a Ravage for that too. And I don't mind the fact that they get that and they use the Ravage early, but
yeah, I think it's okay. Early in the game, you can get a kill with Ravage, just go for it. It's the same with Black Hole. But Puddle here is kind of an interesting choice, but I think we're gonna see this sort of slowly become a bit more popular. You know, like average of two bottles per team.
Oh yeah, I mean with the bounty run, it changes everything. Honestly. I'm just surprised more supports aren't grabbing it. Well, I guess they don't have the gold for it, but just more heroes in general, even Alpha heroes, which you'll see sometimes grab the bottle. Nestle obviously doesn't grab it. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Ragnarok has rotated back in. Very close to Reincarnation. They will use the Spectral Dagger up on Nestle just to make sure he doesn't blink in. And Alicia's farmed has slowed, but 52 last hits. Although Korok has got up to 72, seemingly out of nowhere. I don't know where he gets this farm from, but he's got it, so.
Well, he's been jungling as well as getting creeps in lanes. So
yeah.
He's just farming really well.
And smoke.
I guess when you have the Blink Dagger on the Centaur, you don't really need it as badly for the Ursa. Is he just going to wander into Roche now? Looks
Maybe.
like it.
Well, they're going to wander on top of Ush. It looks like Blink, Stomp, not going to connect. There's the concussive shot, and now Nestle is in some trouble. Stampede, Stomp, Double Edge. Oh my god, Double Edge, Ancient Seal damage, ridiculous. Korok's taking Roche. Again, they shut down the Spectre, but now there is the Blink Dagger. 10 minutes after being down a level 1 Roche for Whitebeard, picks up a Blink Dagger at 10:40. Pretty superb.
Yeah, that's good stuff. They have to go to... They need to make something happen with this, though. Otherwise, they're going to be in some trouble. They're going to smoke in here on the Roshan, but it's going to be too late. Korok finishes that one up.
And they back up. They're like, no, I don't think so.
Well, we missed that boat, boys. Everyone go home.
I can't tell you how often that happens in a Dota game, especially in pubs. It's just like, well, nope.
They're going to move forward. They're going to make use of that Blink Dagger. Snaking, taking damage. They're even going to pop the Haunt for this and the Fiend's Grip, committing a lot. Exorcism as well. Ush, maybe coming in a bit deep here. Is Mike making his way to the truce, but getting owned by Mystic Flare.
Still alive, though.
Up as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
A little bit awkward.
Gonna walk out. They really want this tower. Glyph's gonna get popped. TP scroll. They don't have it actually now on the Centaur. Concussive shot's gonna go through Spectral Dagger. He misses the Earth Shock. There's the Ravage on Korok. He still has. Oh, Epicenter coming through Ragnarok. He does have his reincarnation. Will use it. Whitebeard in trouble. Does have the Sandstorm. Will fall. Here comes Korok back alive. Looking for Ix Mike 88. Turns his attention to Fluff. Nightmare going through. Gets taken off. He falls. 2 down. Wraith Fire Blast on the mic here. Blink. No mana for the Stomp coming through. Spectral Dagger pushing them back. They cannot get the tier 1 tower. They pick up 2 kills, Snaking being one of them. A 2-for-2 trade in the end. And not bad, but they do waste the Aegis as well. So Navi US barely getting ahead on that fight, I think, if anything.
That's pretty good so far, though. I mean, they don't lose the tier 1 with the exorcism used, so they have to be fairly happy with that, and Ravage as well. So Snake King's already back up and farming.
His Midas, his Tread's now done. He's actually 3rd in the net worth chart, so...
He's farming well.
Oh man, that Neld Strike, Concussive Shot going, Mystic Flare, they're just on the edge. Blink Burrow, Snaking, no, falls again, unbelievably. Getting caught out too many times, and Fog's gonna get chased down as well.
He's playing too aggressive. It's the same thing that's happened to him twice in a row.
Double kill
Fog
for
now is the
TC.
victim of that one.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's just too manly coming up from Snaking. The Templar stash, you don't even have Korok there. They want to push the pace, and I like that idea, but...
Yeah, you can't do things like that, though.
Too much.
Dire's middle tower
And
is
other
under
things,
attack.
I mean, Ush is still doing all right despite those 2 deaths. His CS has slowed down quite a bit with the participation of kills in the mid lane. And honestly, one of the big things here is this Centaur is outrageously farmed. He has 60 CS, 3 kills, 4 staff, Blink Dagger, rank wolves at 13 minutes.
That's gross, man. This guy's got... He benefited from that level 1 rush by a wide margin.
Oh, Korok's gone for the Blink Dagger here. So just the mask, interesting little adaptation here. There's the Stampede. He moves forward. Ondosh, who's trying to make it into the trees. Going to be alive for the moment, but Korok finds him again. One more hit. Well, bring him down, and he is going to barely stay alive.
Man, that's very close. They stopped him from farming, but they cannot secure the kill, which would have been huge. And I believe Haunt is ready to go as well, so if they want to fight somewhere, they absolutely can. Top lane's getting pressured. They might just trade tier 1 for tier 1.
Level 11 exorcism is up for TC. So I don't think they're going to use it on the tier 1, but if they get the tier 1, they're going to go for the tier 2. And if they TP top, he'll probably use it as well.
Meanwhile, you see a rotation from Navi US. They want to take the tier 1 mid. If they could take this tower and force some rotations back mid.
Yeah, they're basically just trying to get 2 towers instead of 1. Oh my god, Fog. Holy shit.
Deep warning mission, successful. The deep penetration comes in. Concussive shot, Ancient Seal, 4 staff. Double edge coming in, Ush. He comes back from the well only to die. TP's coming in, Whitebeard looking for a Blink Bro, does hit it onto 2. There's the Crypt Swarm flying. Nestle falls first. Ragnarok getting chased down. Ush gets Spectral Daggered. Fog gonna try to TP on the high ground. Will make it out? No. He will fall in the end. Ragnarok trying to TP. He gets Fiend. He gets Bro struck. He's done. TC on a mega kill streak. 1 for 3 exchange in the end.
Ush did buy back for that, though.
He did. He had a Haunt as well, but that's probably worth it.
Bottom tower is under
Duel's
attack.
done now for TC, and all things considered, a very good recovery from Sneaky Nyx Assassins with now TC topping the net worth charts, Blink Dagger done for IX Mike, and now with the level 11 exorcism, they're going to try to take a tier 2. Snaking.
You need to be careful there, buddy.
Radiance bottom tower is
Tier 2 taking a hefty amount of damage here. Korok yet to TP back. They will have everyone up. This is a time for them to fight, although you don't necessarily want to fight into the abilities that they have. They have Epi, they have Ravage, Ancient Seal. Ravage comes through, Fog getting blown up currently. Stampede, Blink, Stomp onto 3, Double Edge, TC bursted down first. Michael B second. The Hadouken on Fluff, he gets brought low, or at least is getting brought low. Nightmares himself, they have Race Fire Blast. Blink, Epi coming in. Whitebeard turning this around, but Fluff still will fall, it looks like. One more right click. There's going to be the usage of the trap. Fluff should go down here in a second and will. 3 for 3 trade. Where is Korok during all of this? And they lose the courier. Korok is nowhere near.
Plus wrapping around.
And the blink coming out.
Boy.
Whitebeard blinks away. He has Burrow Strike. They're going to look for Ush instead. And no real stun coming through. Ush has got a TP out. There's no way that fight should go that evenly. Now, Korok, you got to be involved in these fights, I feel like. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. He needs to be involved a bit more in these fights. He's going to move forward here, but
regeneration.
This Blink Sand King is owning them pretty hard.
Yeah, Whitebeard is playing a fantastic game.
Yep.
And they need to know that they've got to find a way to deal with him, and I don't know if there is any way they can, really. It's just really about positioning, and they have some excellent positioning now coming out from Whitebeard, so. Well, Roshan, we don't know when that's back up. Pretty soon, hopefully. They lose the courier. There was nothing on it, by the way. And Sneaky Nyx Assassins, they've just stopped all of the bleeding. Although they lose a couple of the heroes there, they get Ush involved and he survives. And I think that's the most important thing. 2,200 gold in the bank, and it should be a Radiance. I mean, you see Radiance so often on Spectres, and it's almost like core on this hero now.
For good reason.
Yes.
It is incredibly good. Pawn plus Radiance is extremely good against supports, and also really, really good for farming. One of the only items you can really get on Spectre to help you farm faster. So it's a really nice item on Spectre, and just to be expected. It's very uncommon that we see not Radiance on Spectre. There are a couple like more fighting oriented builds. Some of them involve a Vanguard, some of them involve like a Blade Mail and a very early Diffusal.
Dire's bottom
Kinda
tower
depends,
is under attack.
but I think Radiance is of course, the de facto build for Spectre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the choice, and Ush is going to try to get it eventually. However, Korok,
maybe it's done first.
They saw him there. I'm not sure how. They noticed that he was in that vicinity, but
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
now you're going to try to push mid here for Navi US.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Needs
attack.
tier 1 bottom though.
Radiant structures
Let's
are
pop. Blink
fortified.
Stomp coming in. Whitebeard dusted up. Does Burrow strike out? There's the Ravage. Concussive shot will bring him down. Haunt coming in again. Now they back away. Ragnarok, he has his reincarnation. He's going to pop it. Reality in. Snaking getting low. Fiend's Grip coming out. Mystic Flare not doing much there. Meanwhile, Melt Strike, Sentry Ward on the ground. But here comes Korok jumping in. Brain Sap coming through. Not doing enough as the refraction was up. Korok backing away. Gush on Snaking. And there's going to be an anchor smash. Will fall. Jumping back in. Nestle. TC getting brought down. Will fall. Korok involved. Ush gets the double kill. However, he looks to try to take more here. Fluff is trying to kite them around as well. Look at all of this kiting. Ragnarok and Korok, they've got it back away. Korok's too low, gets forced out. They're looking for more. Nestle stomp up. Ix Mike might fall, but they do get the brain sap. And that'll be Korok falling. 3 for 3 trade. Manly engagements all day of the week. Ragnarok is going to fall. Looks like Great Fire Blast.
Yeah,
and Ush is actually just wrecking these fights. And he's up to his relic now. What an exchange coming out.
Yeah, this was crazy little fight there, and overall, definitely big advantage for the Nyx Assassins with Ush living through it all. And, you know, the loss of the courier there was very real because there's been a BKB sitting in Snaking's inventory, or in his stash rather, for, well before that fight started. So, with that courier, he gets it. That fight probably looks a lot different, but with no courier, puts him in a bit of a rough situation, to be honest.
Yeah, the BKB would have helped out immensely in that fight. Even if like he still gets Fiend's Grip, I don't think they have any real way to kill him at that point. And now Ush is that much closer to a rating, so when he gets this item, he not only becomes more of a threat in team fights, but he can farm more effectively, he can split push a bit more effectively. You get a Manta Style and a Heart of Frask, and all of a sudden you're almost unkillable. So Korok his main goal I think was to be effective early on, and he's done okay in that regard. And if they can get another roast, that would certainly help. But now it becomes Ush's game, I think, at this point. So,
and they're gonna move back into Roshan. So this is a cheese rush. 19 minutes.
Huge. Yeah, that's actually a third roast at 19. It's pretty.
Snaking. I hope Snaking gets a piece of this.
The spirit of the first bear.
He's not picking up the cheese. He might just drop the TP or Magic Wand. I'm not sure which. Yeah, it just drops the wand on the ground. So
Snaking needs to figure out a way to live through these fights and really output his damage because. I mean, TA can scale all right, but what you really like TA doing in these engagements is just killing supports in like 2 or 3 hits, and he just has been getting kited and CC'd, and the cheese hopefully will help with that. And with the BKB as well, I expect the next fight to go a lot better for Snaking.
He's got to put this to good use now. But question is, what do you try to do here? If you try to split push or push against a Death Prophet, you could just take down some other towers, farm elsewhere, or even just defend and kill you. And well, the Radiance is not flying out yet, but getting close to completed. Fall gonna run it on Fluff. Ancient Seal coming out. Mystic Flare, he's done. He gets caught out of position. Looks like he was trying to ward in the process of doing so. He died. So nice pick off there coming up from Navi US.
Yep, and this is what they need. They just need to continue getting pickoffs here. They do need to find a way to kill Ush, hopefully before the Radiance is done, but I'm not sure that's going to be possible. I mean, again, I don't know. This might just be Ush carrying the game for Nyx.
We saw it in Game 1. In Game 3 might be the same story. But I don't know. Even we talk about Korok going to late game. I think he still can have a big impact. We'll just have to see. And Ragnarok as well can transition too. And looks like he is going to be going for a blade mail, but it'll still be a big deal here.
And the Radiance is done, so they're not able to kill him before that happens. And now Ush's rate of farm is going to skyrocket. Right now, he's only, you know, halfway down in net worth, but with the Radiance plus Haunt, he'll be able to kill supports in fights, and now he's also going to be farming way faster. Korok going to lose his Aegis here, almost certainly. Ooh, it's going to be close. They have to pop the Ravage for it, but now they might get him twice, which will probably be worth it. Fog's coming in. There is the Sandstorm to immediately disable the Blink Dagger. Korok, caught by the Fiend's Grip, is going to go down here. Buys a piece of his BKB before he dies.
Yeah, and that's just a really good smoke coming out. But now I have to ask you, Greg, what percent chance do you give Nyx Assassins winning this game? What do you think? Give me a number.
The chance of them winning?
Yes. At this point in time, at 22 minutes and 30 seconds.
Has been denied.
Over 60%, I think.
All right, I like it.
I give him pretty good odds. I mean, Snake King. Oh boy, he is actually just good.
BKB Cheese.
Turns on BKB Cheese, turns it back around. TC is gonna go down, and that was an amazing turnaround.
Wow, that stomp double edge from Nestle.
That cheese usage as well was perfect.
Really, really well timed there. Unbelievably done. And that, I mean, yeah, you waste the cheese, you waste the BKB charge. The BKB charge obviously is fine. Cheese is fine too, I think. They're going to chase down Ush, it looks like. They don't want to let him get away. Stampede's up in 6. Ush is just going to be able to Spectral Dagger and even Haunt away if he wants to. He's going to Spectral right into Nestle, but I don't think that's really what he wanted to do. He's going to TP away now as well. And
magician of these Spectral Daggers, man.
He's just getting in the trees. He's just Harry Houdini right now. He's just getting out of there, no problem. Snaking is 2k gold, maybe a Yasha. Nobody loves casual Yasha better than snaking. IX Mike is maybe going to get caught out. Side blades aren't actually hitting Mike for whatever reason.
Denied.
And he's fine. Nope, it's Chrysalis. Alright. I stand corrected, snaking.
This is a pretty normal build for the Treads TA. You just start stacking on the damage as soon as possible. He already has a little bit of attack speed from the Midas, which is definitely part of the reason you get the Yasha on Templar Assassins. So goes right for the crit. Just going to be going for the damage as soon as possible.
He certainly will have it. Korok now down to the jungle. With no Aegis now, he's a bit sad. He had obviously a good chance of being involved, but Staking actually picks up a double damage rate as well, so they're keeping Ush kind of confined with his team. That's pretty nice. They're not allowing him to just take another lane and push said lane. They're making sure that he's just kind of staying together, and they have to protect him, essentially. And he has his VIP booster now, so now he's 5th on the net worth chart currently, but still pretty far away from being able to eclipse Snaking, who is top at 13k. And actually has got his Daedalus recipe.
He almost has his Daedalus, yeah.
He does. He just needs
He's going to be, if he doesn't get kited in the next fight, he's going to be just killing everyone.
I mean, it really comes down to Fiend's Grip. I think if they can waste that somehow, not on Snaking, he probably just kills everybody. And that's really important. It really comes down to positioning. Maybe a good Blink Stomp as well. Now the question is, do Nyx push into this? There's no Aegis, there's no cheese, they know this, they blink in, they catch Fogged, and that's going to be your sleep going in. But on maybe not the best hero, however, TC's not with them. They maybe have to back up. Trap's going to go. Force staff away from Mikey, gets forced into a tree. They do have Ravage, double force coming out. Blink, Ravage is going to go. Korok jumps in onto Ush. Spectral Daggers now, the Exorcism on the backside. Mike getting low, caught out with the double edge. Now they're going to try to focus down TC. They do hit him once, twice, actually critting him. Melt Strike goes in. Now there's the Haunt. BKB now pop for Snake. You got to try to turn on this. TC's going to get brought low. Reality in. Wraith Fire Blast goes. 1-for-1 trade thus far. Still going. Now everyone backing away. Snake in trouble. Blink Burrow. He's brought down, and they will catch him. And that's it. You talked about getting kited. They don't even need the Fiend's Grip. Now Ragnarok has to get his ult pop there. Nestle's nightmared up. I don't know if they can turn this around. Korok wants to go back in. It looks like it. He will try to fight Fluff, but there's a beautiful Ghost Scepter. Whitebeard avoids the concussive shot. Ancient Seal gonna use Blink Stomp. Fluff will get brought low, but that's absolutely a fine engagement, I think, from Nyx Assassins. 2 for 2, and they actually lose a support in their tide and get Snaking and a support.
Yeah, that's totally worth it. No problems there. BKB next for the Death Prophet, and that's actually completely done. So Snake King forced to use the BKB there on the Haunt so he doesn't just like die to Desolate and Radiance damage, and as a result, has no impact in that fight, really. I mean, I think he killed the Tide Hunter. And
that was it, yep. And it's really because they cannot lock down TC. He's too fast, man. That's the problem with this hero. This hero is just so fucking fast. It's actually just dumb how fast this hero is. With max
that's what happens when you build those phase
Yules. Phase Yules drum, that's fair. I guess that makes the hero
pretty speedy. Too, Snaking now finishes up the Daedalus, but unfortunately it's not going to be helping him if he can't actually hit anyone. So we'll see if they can get a better position. At this point, maybe you consider a Blink Dagger just because of the problems he's been having. I mean, Blink is still good at all points of the game.
What a
beautiful force staff by Mike.
What a force staff. This guy. He's been just positioning-wise in really good spots, and Korok can't get anything done. This is the problem with their lineup. They just don't have the lockdown. I mean, you have to have really good Blink Stomps. When they get the good Blink Stomps, they win the engagements, as we've seen. When they don't, they just get kited around, and maybe they lose one or two heroes. They don't outright lose the engagement, but they certainly can't win it.
I think Wraith King needs to consider a Blink Dagger as well.
I'm surprised he didn't go for one.
They're thoroughly ahead in net worth and XP, and they're just like losing fights left and right.
No. Yeah, the Wraith King not having a Blink Dagger
Ush is getting smart, man. If Ush finishes up the heart here before the next fight, it's gonna be really hard for him to kill him.
No recipe, no Reaver yet, so he's still ways away.
He's still far, yeah, still 2,000 gold, but
that heart is what you want to stop essentially. Like that's the point where it gets difficult.
Yeah, that's when you get on you're on the train to Spectre just winning the game himself, basically.
Yep. We've seen Ush do it before on multiple heroes. Let's see if you can get it done with the Spectre. Again, like you talked about.
So on heroes like this, because you just pop the Haunt and then
you just get in the
get
fight.
It before the fight starts, then Centaur can't blink to start the fight. Fog just dies. So
it's really difficult to make mistakes with this hero when you're really farmed. I mean, you can still make them, but like all you have to do is Haunt and not die, essentially.
Haunt, go to the target that's closest to dying.
Kill him. Rinse, repeat.
Yeah, and then the fight's usually mostly over at that point, especially when you have an exorcism dealing the rest. So I think Navi US need to figure out a way to get these fights on their terms. So how can they do that? Blink Daggers will definitely help.
No, I agree. And I agree with you completely. I think snaking Blink Dagger would be absolutely huge. Just because that just gets you, that gap closing is very important. The positioning is really, I think, keeping Nyx Assassins in this game. And you have to understand that this was a game that Navi US level 1 roached. They're in a position where they're certainly not winning by any stretch. Fluff's going to come in, and Nestle might be in some trouble here. They will Haunt now. BKB going through his Fluff. Mystic Flare doing some work. Epicenter coming in, blows up the Skywrath. Snaking. He did pop his BKB. Fiend's going in. Now they do blow up Fluff. Ush getting caught out. If Ush loses his life here, that'd be huge. But Snaking cannot get the kill, and they will back away. But here comes Whitebeard. Blink Burrow.
They lose Snaking too.
Whitebeard, Stomp. I don't know about that. That was questionable as all hell. Double Edge and Whitebeard's actually just dead. I'm not sure about that one.
Miscommunication.
Yeah, I
think he was expecting someone else from his team to be there.
Yeah, chalk it up to, like you said, miscommunication. And also Roshan now. Again, Aegis Cheese.
Roshan has
There's the Aegis and the cheese for Korok. He actually just leaves the bottle on the floor, and then Courier will pick it up and bring it back home, but
he might pass the cheese off eventually to someone else. But
yeah. They want the
They're just gonna pressure immediately. I mean, they know that this game is on a timer. Like, okay, he goes for the Yasha next. That will help a little bit with the kiting. And they know that this game needs to end like now. Like within the next 5 minutes, they're probably going to be losing.
Radiance bottom
Our recipe's done. Just needs the Reaver, and that's 1,000 gold away coming up from Ush. So, no, I agree with you. Like the more you can push and pressure, the better chance you have at just taking this game, because level 3 ult from TC is definitely not what you want to deal with on top of a Heart of Trask Spectre with Haunt. It's kind of gross. They will pick up a Shivas though, and that's actually huge. That is what they need. Short of having a Scythe, this is probably one of the best items in the situation, I think.
Yeah, it should help them. I don't know, man. Ush is he's getting time. This is not good. It's not good.
It's certainly not over yet. I mean, Navi US is as uncomfortable as a position they're in. They certainly can take this. Ragnarok's building towards what seems to be a BKB as he has the Mithril Hammer now coming out to him. Snaking. Daedalus, Yasha still on the Courier. He can send it out to him now. He's going to use this Midas real quick. IX Mike taking an Ancient camp here quickly. He's going for a Refresher, which he's got an Oblivion Staff, and that's it. So he's getting kind of close. But
it's always deceiving because the recipe for that item is so expensive. But Snake King just trying to find some more items here, and now it does have the Yasha coming out, so he's gonna be popping that on. He wants to have that for the next fight.
And I mean, this is going to help, like you mentioned. It's going to make him a bit speedier, and obviously the bit of extra damage as well is really important. He keeps the TP scroll, and Korok is getting chased down bottom. And there's the Fiend's Grip.
Navi US still have a massive gold lead here, but if they keep getting picked off like this, if he loses the Aegis here, that is definitely an issue. TC is coming in. Korok turns around. Now he's getting reinforcements by Snake King, but Osh has turned on the hunt. He's going to try to make something happen. TC with the exorcism as well. And Snake King finally getting some hits off during the fight. But again, so many Force Staff keeps just getting blown around the fight. A couple on TC. There's the Ravage moving forward. Fox going to go down. The epicenter, though, is going to hit up on a couple. Nestle still making it out of here. TC trying to bring him down. Korok, there's it used, but Osh is just going to work now.
Yeah, that's just Osh on the backside. And he actually just TP's home after he gets the kill on Snake King. All the meanwhile, they don't have Ragnarok there at all. He wasn't able to TP, or he just decided not to. Korok blinks away, and the kiting is just, it's so damn annoying to deal with. I mean, Nyx Assassins are playing this exactly how they need to. Death Prophet and Spectre together
I mean, they have a million Force Staffs. There's like, how many? There's 3 Ghost Scepters to deal with Snake King. Like,
and the
DP has one, Bane has one, Sand King has one. They're taking all the right steps to deal with this Templar Assassin, who's the big source of damage at this point. Also, Korok is, I mean, physical damage as well, so it's a twofer.
You need
Korok's
to,
going for an Abyssal.
Yeah, he needs an Abyssal in this game, and that's the only way I think they can lock these heroes down enough to get kills. But Ush is just running them up. Now he's got a heart. He's second in net worth now. He has a Yasha on top of his heart as well, which came out of nowhere. I'm sure he got involved in some of those kills, and they were able to get some farm for him. But as much as this game was looking good for Navi US,
that percentage you asked for is slowly sliding as this game goes later and later here. And you know, despite this massive gold lead, you know, with how farmed a couple of these heroes are, 10k is actually not that much. So
I'm surprised it was that much to begin with. You know, even a couple of minutes ago, it felt like Nyx Assassins were getting a lot off the map and getting plenty of farm. And now 1 or 2 fights makes that even. So
they are. I mean, Ush is farming well now, and Snake King, despite all this farm, you know, the Ghost Scepter makes him useless. All the Force Staffs make him useless. So that gold's not doing anything.
Get a couple of right clicks off, he'll kill pretty much anybody. But it's just not possible for him to do that.
Yeah, he just, I mean, if they get a good engagement with an A-Blade, then I think they'll be, you know, sort of back in this one. If they like blink Abyssal Ush and just kill him, then
it's a huge pickup.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge pick off. It's also, if that starts a team fight, it should be a fairly good fight for him if he doesn't have buyback. But the downside is if he does have buyback, he just buys back constantly.
Shiva's guard, he's going to Spectral Dagger away. This is the problem. That was, I don't know, he should have done that when he came out of the section. Maybe he thought he was TPing away. That was the only chance they had. But they have to actually defend their top 2 tower. This is going to get brought down by Exorcism if he pops it here. Speaking of Death Prophet, she's going for Shiva's guard, so they're going to counteract the Shivas with the Shivas. They don't even need Exorcism. They're just going to take this tower with right-click and the creeps alone. All the meanwhile, Snake King pushes in mid. 35 minutes in, it almost feels like there's nothing Navi US can do. It just feels like they are losing this game now. Even though, like you said, they still have this net worth lead. It is getting torn away, though. It's only 6,000 now. And even though Snake King's really great on the Templar Assassin and Korok's really great on the Ursa, this is just not looking to be their game. And this was, again, with level 1 Roshan, so...
I mean, they've maintained that advantage in terms of golden XP that you get from a level 1 Roche, but again, it just comes down to the item choices from Nyx Assassins with all the Force Staffs and the Ghost Scepters. It really can't be overemphasized because now two of their heroes just literally do nothing.
Yeah, and they're just getting cut so much. The Abyssal Blade is at least done for Korok, but
this is a good opportunity for them though. The Abyssal Blade gives them at least more than a fighting chance to try to win a fight here, but I think it needs to be more than Korok. I'm not sure that just Korok can kill Ush.
They need a scythe, I think, on somebody. I don't know who they build it on. They need some way to.
If Nesty comes down here and gets a blink stomp, then Ush might.
Well, Snake King actually is in some trouble. He's getting Fiend's Grip. He did pop his BKB, but there's the Exorcism, and now Snake King is He's in a heck of a lot of trouble. The Stampede is going to go. Meanwhile, Ush down bottom, getting blown up. His Abyssal Blade, he falls. Back mid, Staking goes down. Core for a core. I don't think it's considered, but... Fight recap.
Yeah, but if this Exorcism doesn't do anything, then it's not that big of a deal. I mean, they invested a lot into that kill. They are going to try to maybe push a little bit onto the high ground here.
I don't know if they can.
Snaking coming?
They don't know if Snaking's dead for 60 seconds. In that
There's no buyback. He's going for a helm now. He's really going for that, like, DPS. Just DPS carry. He's gonna get the
I guess
helm.
the thought process is they can't really stop from taking your axe if you all run away. Meanwhile, TC gets caught out. Blink stop. This could be a huge kill, and it will be. Ursa getting it.
Those are two enormous pickoffs.
Yeah,
they just killed both the cores, and the Abyssal Blade's going to be coming off cooldown here soon. So now they know the Abyssal exists, though. So I think they're going to be a bit more careful.
Yeah, they definitely will play more cautiously. And tier 2 towers, the last ones on the map, are going to be, I think, really important. You take those and you get one or two of those kills, you can push to the high ground, essentially. Uh-oh. Fluff. Nestle is here. Put the Observer Ward down. I don't know if they have a gem. Looks like they don't. Blink away from Nestle. He actually just kind of panicked there. So.
And continuing forward, I think, you know, with the existence of that Abyssal Blade, they maybe just concentrate on bigger team fights. For Nyx Assassins, they play a little bit tighter, protect Ush a little bit more, and then just try to win the team fights. Ravage, Epicenter, and Ush in general. So I think that's their best option. But
yeah.
Navi US are just going to continue to look for pickoffs here using Ursa and the Centaur, and maybe even Fog dropping down Mystic Flare on top, although he just barely has enough mana for
Refresher's done for Mike now.
Fog is really underfarmed.
Oh, I mean, he's had a rough game. He's got 8 deaths, so... The tier 2 tower is taking a fall. I don't know if you defend this. They have Glyph. I don't think they're going to pop it for tier 2. They actually push them back without even having to do anything. Navios just walk back towards the Roche Pit, which is, by the way, down for another what seems to be a minute. And again, if they take another Roche, I mean, there's only so many agencies and cheeses you can deal with in a team fight before just losing. And Nyx Assassins push out as 5 towards the mid lane. They want to make sure that this lane is pushed out enough so that they have the access to Roshan. They don't have to push the wave, you know, so. Roche is up in 45.
Navi US, I think, at this point are just relying on some fairly miraculous pickoffs, and if Quack gets caught here, they're going to be in trouble.
And blinks away. Quark stays alive, but now they're looking to wrap back around and go in again. Smoke-wise, they don't have one. But this could be a bad engagement. Ush might get caught out. Wraith Fire Blast is going to go. Mystic Flare, Ancient Seal. And he gets Nightmare Forfeit. Did they A-Blade? No, not yet. Feeds Grip on Korok, now caught out. Mantis Style, jump in. There's going to be a big engagement, but now the Epicenter doing work. Ravage goes, they're about to refresh as well. Korok falls. And they will get a double kill before it goes down, but the Exorcism is blowing him up. Now, Ragnarok pops up again. TC. He's going to get focused down. Melt Strike, Fuel Scepter up in the air. Mike's still alive, but there's only 2 left. Now the Blade Mill going, and TC taking a hefty amount of that damage. Blink, Wraith Fire Blast, Melt Strike, Mike falls, 4 dead. Snaking finally getting involved. Double kill for him. They shouldn't chase anymore. They've gotten more than enough in that fight, and Roshan just spawns as the engagement is progressing. And with 3.5k gold, Snaking looks to add Aegis to his repertoire.
There you go. Kill Ush, win team fight. He did not have buyback. And that's a pretty big deal. If he has buyback in that fight, it looks a lot different. But on finishing that Mantis style, he doesn't have the buyback, and that opens a huge opportunity now for Navi US to flex their muscles. And they won that fight fairly convincingly. And Diffusal Blade here for the Wraith King.
Diffuse the illusions, maybe? I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay, but it also purges the Ghost Scepters.
That's right, the Ghost Scepters. I forgot. I knew it was for something, but purging off the Ghost Scepters actually makes it so much easier for Snaking to be able to engage and actually do anything in these fights. Refresher Ravage is down, so they have that to work with. I mean, all of these ultimates are done for another couple of seconds. I don't know if they push in, though. Korok's still dead for 15 seconds, and by that time, Exorcism is going to be off cooldown. And I don't know, I might be the only one that thinks this, but maybe they didn't nerf DP enough with Exorcism cooldown change. They really didn't change her all that much. I mean, they increased the cooldown by like 15, 20, 30 seconds, something like that, so.
I mean, I think teams have shown that Death Prophet's not unbeatable. You just have to dedicate a lot to it.
It's true.
I mean, that can be said of a lot of heroes, though.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. I can see where you're coming from, though. She's still really, really good.
It just seems, and again, it comes down to not necessarily pushing, but team fighting, which we've seen more than anything in this game, which is just a lot of team fighting coming through. Level 3 ultimate is actually just disgusting amount of damage that you have to deal with, and it just tears through entire teams quickly. But that was a really solid fight from NavUS. They engaged, they made sure Haunt didn't get off. Had Haunt got off, they'd probably lose a lot of heroes there, a lot more than what they originally lost. So
I mean, if he makes it out of that fight, if he makes it without, at all, without dying, it's fairly disastrous.
God. Mike needs to relax. And you're going to tell him, you're going to give him the what for. Players complaining. I mean, they're the ones that pause, to be fair. Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah, we didn't pause.
We definitely didn't do anything. We're just sitting here enjoying the beautiful afternoon, or I guess evening, in October that it is. Autumn beginning here in the U.S.
Wow, Mike messed up.
Oh.
And well, I guess we're just waiting here.
We really are. I don't really know what else to say at this point. This game is close, and it certainly could go either way. And it looks like, and I talked about how it just felt like NavUS were losing, and now it feels like they're winning. I don't know. It's funny how things change quickly, but again, you talked about it. Kill Ash, win fight, rinse repeat. TC, as long as you make sure that his ultimate doesn't do enough, all of a sudden you can deal with him pretty effectively. Yeah, what is the issue? That's the real question now coming out, guys. What's the problem here?
I'm asking the hard questions.
Exactly. Throwing the curveballs. No, it's on the map. Sorry. MM2, please. I don't know what that means.
These anti-Dota, I'm gonna have a very firm conversation with them at ESL.
I'll join you. We can give them a stern talking to.
Oh man.
Guys, just in case you were curious, this is Dota 2 Canada Cup Season 3 Grand Finals. It's a best-of-5 series. We're currently in game number 3. It's tied 1-1. And in case you want, you can, of course, buy the ticket. $5.99 at the Dota store. And it actually comes with this cute Bearsky courier. So you have the gift that keeps on giving, which is one of the best couriers in the game. And while we have a second, I'm going to sell it a bit harder and show it on the screen real quick. Boom! There it is. For those of you watching on Twitch, right on your right side there. So cute. Absolutely adorable. One of the best things I've seen. And just great. Just great. Good stuff. Of course, for everyone joining us, it's been a fantastic season. For our regular viewers, thanks so much for making the season great. We've had some great games. Of course, everyone here at High Ground really appreciates everything that, Bill and Anthony of the Dota 2 Canada Cup have done. Really excited that they were able to put this together and that they wanted us to cast, obviously. We're really glad to come in and obviously help out American Dota.
Apparently the issue here is Nestle's getting yelled at by his neighbors.
What?
He must be, because if you're in like an apartment or something,
yeah, he's probably yelling now.
playing Dota gets pretty heated.
You just scream.
I'd be lying if I said that I've never gotten a visit from a neighbor while playing Dota, so sometimes you get a little heated.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, you're talking to somebody that knows very well. I might seem like a calm, cool, collected man when I'm casting Dota, but when it comes down to playing the game, I get angry at my own brother, man. It gets rough.
I think everyone says that, everyone gets a little angry at their friends in Dota. That's Empyrean Flax's guide. He said you're gonna need some friends, and not good friends, because you will hate each other.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's people that you maybe don't know as well as some of your best friends. Otherwise, you're gonna ruin relationships, man. That's just how it works.
Oh God, failed. I'm trying to control this pause here, and it's just not working.
Typical Gerg. Mike's flaming you, saying stuff I don't really know. Let's see, what else do we got going on? Well, for any of you who enjoy a nice Dota game occasionally, Dota Pit League Season 2 is going on. We have pretty much action almost every day at about, I'd say, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, give or take a couple hours. And
the game today did get delayed. EG versus M5 is going to be tomorrow.
That's right. Tomorrow we have two best of twos, or 2-game series rather. And that'll be Virtus Pro versus M5 to start things off. That'll be at 1 o'clock Eastern. And then EG versus M5, that'll be at 3:30 Eastern. So two-game series. And that'll be presented by Dota Pit, which you can check out at twitch.tv/DotaPit. And then we'll have a break. As the next couple of days, there will be a break for ESL New York. So
ESL. And if you guys are going to be at ESL, feel free to come say hi to me and Ma. I think we'll mostly... It's going to be actually kind of a vacation for us, which is like, for me at least, is nice. I definitely need it. Need some relaxation in my life.
It's going to be good. It's going to be a good time.
But feel free to come say hi.
Yeah. We'll be around. We'll be just chilling, relaxing. And, well, finally, we are back into the game. So it looks like Toronto has dealt with whatever issue with his neighbors. And hopefully he doesn't...
What a weird issue.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't strain his relationship. Hopefully the landlord doesn't come in and, cause problems. Let's hope for the best for Toronto. As he's played a heck of a game on this Sentinel War Runner, honestly. He's got the cheese now. 4K gold, Shiva's Guard, Blink Force, BKB. I mean, this is a farm Centaur. He's actually ahead of net worth in comparison to TC, so... White the farm. Ush now is his mantle, like you talked about. No buyback. He throws down some illusions and just gets out of bottom lane. He's actually playing pretty passively, and I'm not surprised considering what happened not too long ago. Bots are now done for Korok, and they're ready to go, man. This should be it. You've got Aegis, you've got Cheese. You should be ready to fight, and I think you don't really let them farm any longer. But you have to do it smart. And
I mean, if they can start the next fight with another pick off on Ush, they should just win the fight again.
That's the key, man.
But we'll see if that happens. Korok this is typical Korok right here. He is roaming very aggressively, looking for something.
He's just like, they could all be together, and he doesn't really give a damn, it seems like.
No, he always does this. He's very aggressive about roaming for kills.
The problem is that they are all together, and he's about to... He's just sitting in the trees currently. They do have this side trap, and TC is alone, but only... for a couple of meters. They actually have the Observer Ward, which I think is a bit more important. So.
A mysterious force.
Korok coming in around the backside.
Is he really gonna... No.
No.
Like, is he really gonna go on this? Insane.
There's insane things, and there's Korok things, so...
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. That's not
There's
what I expected.
a lot of heroes here, though. They know this. They need to get out of here. Fog does have the force down.
He walked right past this Observer Ward.
Oh, God. Oh, I don't know if Fog's making it out of this one.
No, yeah, I think he's dead. Force, CP... Yules. Yeah, he's Yules. And he's dead. Sandstorm, they don't even really need to commit any ability to that. At the very least, though, Snake can go into town, double damage room. This tier 2 tower is going to get glyphed. They're TPing over,
Radiant
but
structures are fortified.
Snake is going to run up and hit this once and kill it, and does so.
Radiant's middle tower has
And
fallen.
maybe they rotate top and kill Ush.
Yeah, they're just going to try to mow down a couple of these towers here, or, try to pick off Ush. That's the end goal for them, because... in a straight up fight, although I don't think Ush is gonna die again without buyback. Not voluntarily at least. And, well, Korok just blows the Abyssal Blade on Ike's Mike. That does nothing. Kraken Shell, pretty good against that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good ability. Mike just backs away. Refresher's still in the bank. His next item, I don't know. They already have the Shivas, so what else do they need, really? They didn't pick up mech. In fact, neither team did. It was just kind of a mutual agreement between the two of them, just saying, listen, no mechs this game, it's fine. I don't know what he buys here. He already has a force. Here's a refresher. I don't know what you pick up for Tidehunter at this point.
They already have a Shiva's.
Maybe a sheep? No,
I don't. Maybe a Hex.
Yeah, Hex, yeah, that's what I...
It's probably the next one.
Yeah. Alright, well, that seems fair. Meanwhile, looks like there's a refresher orb coming up for Whitebeard. He actually has the recipe, he just needs the purse, which he's not too far away from. Can you imagine double epicenter in a fight? I haven't seen that in a while. It could be huge.
Yeah, that would be something alright.
I think Navi US need to get something done. I don't know. Fog keeps roaming down here, and he keeps dying because of it. So I hope that he doesn't die this time around. He does pick up the haste rune, but he also doesn't have the ward, so I don't really know what he's doing. He's just sitting in the bottom lane now, just chilling. And I really think that if you're Navi US, you have to put pressure on with this Aegis. And I don't know how much longer they have it for. In fact, not long, it looks like. Maybe a minute, maybe even less.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to point out here is, due to the addition of the Spectre, Death Prophet's not forced into building a refresher quite yet. I mean, if the game goes ultra late, it'll probably happen, but Normally we see it picked up a bit more aggressively than something like a Scythe. But, you know, with the Spectre putting out tons of damage in fights, having that pressure is not that important. I mean, again, he'll probably get it eventually, but you can see he's definitely prioritized some other items first.
Force Staff, Blink, Ravage coming out. Mike refreshes immediately. There's the Radiance going through. You have the Haunt coming in. Snake King getting low. Aegis actually gets reclaimed in the middle of the engagement. They knew it. Ragnarok's going to try to TP out, but no. Reincarnation going. You've got to back away. Fog gets blown the hell up. Ragnarok gets sheeped up. He's done. 3 dead.
Well,
so much for that fight.
That's what happens when the fight goes on the terms of Nyx Assassins, and it's pretty amazing to see a team just lose a fight like that when they're 15k XP ahead and 12k gold. They just had absolutely no chance in that fight. Like, zero. Another defusal for Korok, so looks like they figured this, that they have to buy these against the Ghost Scepters, which is true, but they get initiated on like that with a double Ravage, they're going to lose the fight.
They're just done. Yeah, and that just gives them so much gold back of the way of Nyx Assassins, but actually surprisingly not that much. I guess it's still updating, but and this is just, again, Navi US probably should be the ones initiating and putting the pressure on. They lost the Aegis though, and I think that's the problem. They didn't want to initiate without the Aegis, but instead they just die because they get caught out of position. Korok might find Fluff or Whitebeard. He just walks past both of them kind of casually. He's going to get gushed. Hexed up as well. There's the Stampede to get him out. Burrow Strike just connecting on the edge. Epicenter's going to fly, but there's the BKB trying to man up on Whitebeard. And no such luck. He is going to fall. He does Abyssal Blade Ix, Mike, I believe, at the end there, but not that it did much. And now they're going to chase. Fog gets burrowed by Whitebeard, and he's going to force away. No Exorcism, though, and this is the problem. Again, taking, you know, the base off the back end of a fight with Exorcism already used. So now they have to back up and try to go for the tier 2 tower bottom instead of going for the high ground, which both lanes are getting pressured, by the way, close to the high ground.
Yeah, this game is just going all according to plan now for the Nyx Assassins, and they're just going to continue on here with this farm spree. Now XP and gold are pretty much level. Gold still looks pretty bad, but given how much total gold there is, it's really not that much anymore. And us just continuing to farm away here. It's actually kind of amazing to me that Snake King has somehow managed to stay at the top of the net worth charts, but Ush now is a butterfly. This game is gonna be over shortly, I think.
For either squad. I think for Navi US though, that their time is coming past.
Yeah,
they had a couple of good fights, but
I mean, it's not over, but they're in bad shape right now. This is really, really bad. They need like a really good pick off here on Ush, and with him like having no buybacks. Like if he dies right now. But the thing is, can they even kill him when he has a butterfly and a heart? They have any hexes?
They have one, maybe? I'm not sure. Well, Spectral Dagger coming out onto Fogged. Blank Ravage comes in. Mike doesn't have Refreshing for another 17. BKB for Snaky, but here we go. He's going to get Fiend's up. Ush kills one. Stomp coming in. Here comes Ragnarok as well. The Epicenter doing some work. Snaky gets absolutely destroyed. And Ush is just going in right now, barely losing any health. Here comes Korok. Buyback status, they don't really have it. TC does get forced away. They can't really let him die, but he does go down. Second Ravage coming in. Korok does get obliterated. Burrow, Whitebeard, no refresher still. Now Nestle getting obliterated by Ush. He's just right-clicking them all down. Nestle's still alive, barely, trying to regen up with the Heart of Trash. There's the Anchor Smash. Ush is going to come in, get stomped, but there's the Blink Burrow from Whitebeard. Double kill for Ush. He's dominating. Again, barely losing any HP in that fight at all, and they're just going to go to the high ground.
There's no buybacks for the Dire here. I mean, this is going to be probably at least 2 sets of Rexes.
Ush is just going to go to work now. So they lose TC and they lose Fluff, but at what cost? Pretty much nothing. They get the fight going their way. And they take pretty much now, I think, a network lead.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, like, Ush now has 3,000 gold, so even if he dies right now, it doesn't matter. It's just so much gold.
Mystic Flare, Mike forces away.
Look at Ush. I mean, Ush knows he just really can't die. Like,
yeah, I don't think he's chasing.
Neither of these two heroes are presenting any sort of threat towards him actually dying. He just wanders out.
He could go back on the racks, and I think he will. He's gonna have to take top next. There's still the tier 2 tower bottom. He's chasing after Fog with Spectral.
I mean, Fog like almost just dies to the
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Yeah, that's the problem with Spectral late game. As a support, you just die. And
you know, the one thing I'm gonna say about the Nyx Assassins is their playstyle isn't particularly innovative, is not like particularly crazy, but they just pick like very strong heroes in the metagame and execute well. And it's it works for them. Like, it pretty much, this is what they've been doing since this team like formed, and they're just picking strong heroes that are, you know, relatively good in the metagame and executing decently well and just rolling on people. Like, their hero composition is pretty perfect this game.
With the addition of TC too, it just gives them. He's not the flashiest mid player, but he's certainly somebody that has
so
very
solid.
strong stats. Yeah,
He fits that. He fits that playstyle so well.
Yeah, this is just a playstyle that Complexity, or former Complexity, former Liquid have had for just a long time, and they're just making it work now. Again,
this is desperation.
This is there it goes. Haunt coming in. Ragnarok might be the first of all. He does have reincarnation. Snake can get hexed up. Here we go. Reality coming in. Now they're focusing Korok instead. He gets fiended up. Ush gets one on Scarif. He kills the supports first. Epicenter coming in. They blow up too. Snakey chasing down some heroes. TC is going to use himself up in the air. Reincarnation was popped. Fluff getting brought low. Here is Ush on the backside. Ravage coming in. Snakey about to fall. And Will. 3 done. Nestle and Ragnarok the only 2 left to survive. And Ragnarok is going to get brought low now. He is going to get at least disabled. Burrow does connect on Nestle, the bash up on Ragnarok, and he's going to fall. Nestle getting chased down as well. Force is away. He's got Blink up, and he might actually make it out alive. And now they're just going to push down mid. Or maybe even top. Should be it, I think.
But another just convincing fight there. And that was even an okay start for Navi US, because Ush was really far away killing a support. Mike was really late to the party and only had 1 Ravage.
This is exactly what we expected to happen.
Yep. I mean, 50 minutes against the Spectre is pretty impossible.
It's the hardest thing ever to deal with. And
especially
Nestle's,
with no hexes. You know, if they had a hex, maybe they have a way back into this, but with no hexes, I don't see how they're supposed to win this one.
Epicenter
I'd
comes
say this
out.
refresher on Whitebeard probably could have been anything else, and I would like it better, but it's
really
pretty
good.
awful. He can't even, doesn't even have enough mana to
And
use
he
everything.
just dies.
Dire's middle
Rosh will fall,
Roshan has
so-
fallen to the Radiance.
Without having Arcane Boots, he doesn't even have enough mana to double MP.
Immortality.
I don't really see the point of that build. It would probably just be a Veil or something.
Nice Mantis style out of that concussive shot.
Dire's middle
Silence
tower
Fogged
under
is just going to die to 3 hits from Ush. Gets the kill easily. Ravage now goes. Nestle actually popped the BKB, so that's why he got out. Nice play there. They don't know that,
Dire's
however,
middle
as they're still
tower is
chasing
under
around.
attack.
And, I mean, they're going to try to fight to their last gasp. Again, though, this is a best-of-5 series, so it's not like the series is over. However, Nyx Assassins will take command a 2-1 series unless something drastic happens here. Navi US finds some miraculous way to get back into this one. But
Dire's middle tower
I just don't
is
see
under
how they can
attack.
kill Ush without a Hex. That's probably an oversight on someone's part. Korok can't really buy it because he had to buy the Abyssal Blade. So who's the one that's supposed to buy it? I mean, in theory, it's Fogged at 50 minutes, but at 50 minutes, Fogged has
nothing.
Tranquils and a 4-staff.
He is 3k below the next hero on the map, and that's just one of the roughest games I've seen a support have, and that's not anything against Fogged. He just had a really rough game. And this is going to be the last gasp. Korok, Fogged, or Korok, Snaking, and Nestle are just sitting around looking to try to engage, but no, actually, Nyx Assassins are playing so methodically, in fact, that they just back up. They're waiting for Whitebeard to be up. They're waiting for their ultimates to be up, which Ravage is up in 85, Refresher in 60. So, just wait.
Oh, there he buys Arcane, so we can actually use the double. Jesus.
That's how you
I mean,
know.
I guess the double Burrow Strike is actually pretty good,
It's-
but
yeah,
double Epi is pretty lackluster.
I don't know. Like it
Not
feels
like
like
it's Ravage.
you're gonna die before you get that second epi off, or the fight's gonna be over by that.
I mean, the
that
double
point.
Burrow Strike seems cool, but double Epi is...
Yeah, like you refresh after the first burrow after your epi's done, and do your second burrow. You're just like jumping all over the place. I think that could be interesting, but smoke.
The
up.
one thing that I'll say about the builds for Death Prophet here is that without this refresher, even though they've convincingly won these team fights, they don't really have a way to actually kill the base. Ush is still around to kill all the heroes if they buy back or something, but they can't really kill the base. So
They know Ush
just
is over
taking them a
here.
while. They'll close this one out eventually, though.
Shiva's, and they spot Ush out. Haunt gonna come in. He realities onto the backside. He's like,
Radiance
I'm gonna
middle
kill
tower is under
Snaking
attack.
first,
Snaking.
and
Oh,
there's
God,
a bash
there's a
coming
bash
in.
now.
I know Abyssal coming out, but Ush is just going to work here. That's Haunt down though, so that is kind of a victory. And there's going to be a Scythe coming out from Mike. This was the item that we thought he was going to build after he purchased up his refresher. Meanwhile, Snaky looking for more. Ike blinks away, and you can't even get anything done. Even catching Ush out of position, they just
Yeah,
can't
it's
get
not
a
like
kill.
they can really push in right now with
No.
double Ravage here, Exorcism's up. Like Haunt's a big deal, but it's not like they auto lose fights without it. You know?
So this best of 5 series, we're only game 3 in, and I think we've been on for about 4 hours now, roughly. It's been a great series, though. But we're going to see it maybe turn an interesting corner here as they have the extra popped up for TC. Fluff going to get brought first down. Epicenter actually just destroying Staking, but there's the refraction, keeping him alive only for a second longer. Ravage goes up.
The second Epi.
Yeah.
All right, I take it back. That was awesome.
That was actually just amazing. And they kill 3 heroes, buy back out from Nestle, so 4 actually go down. They're chasing now after Fog, who somehow makes it out. I don't know how a support makes it out of there alive. Double kill for us as they bring down Wraith King, who just reincarnated. And I just don't know what you do here for Navi US. This is,
I think exit the video game is what you do. I don't. This game is, I think, actually impossible for them to win now.
They're
it's like 99%.
That's
Ush has to make some
Blade.
horrible mistake. Like,
I don't see that.
Spend all of his money and then accidentally die to like Fountain or something.
I don't even think they could win the game, even if Ush is dead. For like,
if Ush is dead, I think there's a chance.
You're fighting an exorcism, and if there's a refresher orb on Death Prophet as well.
I mean, the other problem here is they've done nothing to deal with the exorcism. No one has an AC. No one even has a Vlad's. Oh, there is a Vlad's. That's a complete lie. Ursa has a Vlad's.
Yeah, he got that early on. Nestle is very tanky. Ethereal Blade did go. Meanwhile, TC, there's going to be the Haunt in. Ush is going to try to fight this. Spectral going to go through the Force Staff, helping out as well. There's the Abyssal Blade. Nestle, Burrow Strike, he's done. Godlike for Ush. Tier 4s are going to fall. And this should be game number 3 in the bag for Sneaky Nyx Assassins. As they play a sound game. And despite being down 10,000 at a level 1 Roshan, Navi US cannot get the game in the bag. They just can't do it.
Yeah, it's... I mean, it just took too long. You know? It just took too long. Ush is too farmed. Maybe in retrospect, Snake King's item decisions put them on a clock that they couldn't really win, but I don't know. I mean, I think his build was fine. It's just you have to realize against Spectre, can we actually, you know, win late at all?
Well, something that they'll look to put to good use in game number 4. Again, it's a 5-game series, so unless Nyx Assassins take this next game handedly, Navi US have a chance to be able to bring this back and bring it to game number 5 to go the distance, as so many people have said before. We'll take a quick break, guys. Make sure you stick around. It's been an absolute pleasure casting for you for Canada Cup. Again, I'm Mott, with me is What Is Hip, and Knoxville is doing our stats. We'll take a quick break and jump into game number 4 in just a second, guys. Stick around.